Parashat Shelach Lecha, everything turns on this week's parasha. Had the storyline not gone to the way it went, then we could have gone to the land of Israel. Everything would have been different. Well, we say that, but we have no real idea what would have happened. Different timeline entirely, but at least that's the thought that runs through a lot of our tradition. So this is a bit of a difficult parasha to read because we know where it goes after this. But there's another part of the parasha that makes me want to sit up and scream. Like, haven't you read these stories before? Why are you repeating the same mistakes? So there are 12 guys that are sent, and Moshe Rabbeinu singles out one of them and gives him a special blessing. We've been there before. There were 12 tribes, and someone got a special blessing. And going back earlier in the generations, there were brothers, and one was selected and one was sent away. So what is going on? Why do we keep on encountering a very similar plot line where somebody is singled out for special treatment when we've seen previously how wrong it goes? So really interesting, in our parasha, nothing goes wrong, not with the singling out. In fact, it might have helped him. But there were two guys who were good. There was Yehoshua and there was Caleb. Yehoshua gets the blessing, gets the prayer that Hashem should save him from the evil intentions of the spies. And Caleb, well, he gets nothing, although he seems to be okay when he goes off by himself to Hebron to daven. So he seems to be able to cope more on his own than maybe Yehoshua could have coped. But what's going on in this little episode? So I want to share with you two interpretations that I saw. Number one was, who was Caleb married to? Caleb was married to Miriam. And Moshe thinks, well, she's my sister. She's pretty awesome. She's the one that got mum and dad back together. She's the one that rescued me, looked after me on the River Nile, got mum to feed me, took care of me, eventually gave me over to the princess of Egypt. This is Miriam, who with such faith brought the instruments out of Egypt and led the women in song with their instruments in a holier manner than with the men. If you're married to Miriam, you're going to be okay. And here we have an interesting story where you've got the power of one woman to sort out a man. What about the other guys who were married? Maybe their wives weren't so good. I don't know. But it's an interesting one. You can re-look at the story as 10 challenging gentlemen, one man with the right wife, and he gets okay. Poor old Yehoshua doesn't have that, so he needs a bracha in his life from Hashem. The other approach, and this is brought down in the translations, that Yehoshua was just too modest. Now, we just read about modesty last week. He was the most modest man. And now we're having Yehoshua equally, well, not equally as modest as Moshe, but described as being very meek, very humble. And here there was a concern that if your qualities are too extreme in the world of modesty or humility, you're a pushover. And Moshe Rabbeinu was concerned that Yehoshua would be too meek, too humble, not confident enough. So this isn't a typical story of somebody selected and the rest were thrown away. Actually, Yehoshua was targeted specifically because he lacked either the backbone, the support of a good woman to drive him in the correct path and give him the confidence to speak up his mind and not follow the other people's opinions, or alternatively, he just didn't have the backbone on his own, and so he needed some prayers from Moshe Rabbeinu to help him. Give it some thought. This is the drama of this week's parasha, a little bit of an insight into what Moshe was doing. He wasn't just repeating the same mistakes. Take care, Shabbat Shalom.